right now. I'm feeling lost, not found. I'm drowning in the bass right now. I listen like a drug I found. Addicted to the plug right now. And I can feel your pain now. I never got the chance to explain how nothing ever quite feels the same now.
What a hell of an introduction. Hi, everybody. Well, welcome to my channel. Hi, Karen, Canada. And guess what? Thank you so much for joining membership. I really appreciate it. Hi, Frankie. Hi, Stitchin' Bitchin'. And anybody else that might come in. We have Arctic Fox. Hello, Arctic.
Hey, hey, hey.
And we have Level Headed who wants to grab something to eat. So say hello, Level.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just wanted
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he wants to grab something to eat. Anyway, we're just here discussing. There are some team members that are not with us today. They are busy doing real life things and doing what they do. But we have Arctic and Level, and we're just going to kind of go over a little bit of our cases that we have been talking about through the last week. Of course, there's Alyssa. Rest in peace. Prayers to her family. And there's a lot. I mean, the person to really talk about that is Arctic, because he covers more missing people than anybody on YouTube in one day. So I'm going to hand it over to him after I say hello to Ripper Jack, who I'll be talking to tomorrow. I get my long-awaited chat with Ripper Jack. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So everybody join. Hi, True Crime Sunshine. You should be up here. Hi, Darkness. I understand why you're not. Thank you for being here. And Arctic, tell us some of the cases that you're working on that have stuck out or whatever during the week for you.
Well, the Skylar Linville case, she is a girl missing out of Tennessee. That case has really stuck out. I've done a couple of videos covering that case. The family is not getting any help from law enforcement. Well, they are now.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Because law enforcement CEO that I put out. So now the FBI is getting involved in the case. But yeah, the detective, well, for starters, the mother had to call 911 3 different times on 3 different days before they even took a missing persons report on her child. And so the mother raised a fuss, obviously. And so they had contacted the mayor, they'd contacted the sheriff and stuff. So this detective, he retaliates by getting DCS to come out to the mother's home. And it's just a messed up situation all the way around. Like I said, there are 2 different videos in my playlist. The second one, the most recent one, is the one that y'all really need to go watch. But I did talk to the mother yesterday, and she said that she's not going to go live right now because the FBI is involved, and they told her to hold off because now they're going to take action. So,
right. That's the one I was going to ask you straight up. Is that the one with the 911 calls? Because that's very bothersome. I mean, no family should have to go through that. We all see this far too many times. But let me introduce True Crime Sunshine, our poster girl. And don't get funny ideas. She makes the most beautiful posters for the missing that you've ever seen. Hi, honey.
Hi, guys. Yeah, no centerfolds, just posters.
Yeah. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Sluggy. You know me. Hi, Lori. Hi, Kelly. Nice to have you guys. So yeah, that's one case. We're still level head alive today talking about Timmy D's and the mess in Missouri, which is to me very bothersome. One sheriff, all them false manners of death that they're allowing to go through, and that's proven, I should say, through um, a second autopsy by the family. I think Level might know
Well,
a little bit more.
there were two
Two,
cases there where people were deemed suicides, and then
right,
it was overturned later by independent autopsies.
right. That's what I mean. Thank you. Hi, Cool Frog. Hi, Ashley. Brendan talks right. Hi, Maggie. My Brendan, Becca Chew. Welcome, guys. Go ahead. Explain more so they would know.
What'd you
Welcome,
say?
everybody. Somebody just take over. I hate talking all the time.
Well, it's good for you.
Well, there's another case up there too where a guy had shot himself. Or well, okay, I'll take that back. They say he shot himself, but he was found in an attic rolled up in a rug, and they're trying to say that that one's a suicide too.
Right. And isn't that the sheriff's property or something to that effect level? You know that one. Oh, he's cooking.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
know.
Well,
I don't know. I know the house that happened in though has been bulldozed down.
Oh, okay.
I do know the answer to your question. I just can't answer it yet until
Right.
after we're situated with Timmy D's body and getting a second autopsy or whatever we're going to be doing. So once that happens, then I'll be able to release what is really going on over there. And all hell's going to break loose is what's going to happen.
yeah.
Right. And we'll one of the mods will drop in Timmy's GoFundMe link, and she's really, really close to getting the money that she needs for it. So let's give her that little extra push and get her that second autopsy, because Timmy's case was really, really sad, and you can see all that on Arctic's channel. It was, first of all, if Arctic wouldn't have made the noise, and a lot of the creators started making noise, seriously, that poor woman would probably still be standing in front of the courthouse by herself. Don't you think, Arctic?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that if the attention hadn't been shown on his case, Timmy would still be laying. Well, he probably wouldn't still be laying in a field, because they found his body just days before mass flooding, and if they hadn't found him when they did, his skeletal remains would have been washed away. So,
Yep, for good. Yep, true. Yeah. So, Sunshine, what you got going on your plate?
Stitchin asked about the lady that, excuse me, is missing out of South Carolina that was put in her
yeah.
trunk. I've seen her circulating again too. I redid her flyer last night and did a short on her, but I didn't see any updates. Arctic, have you seen anything on
I have
her?
not seen any updates on her, but we do need we should really do a live on that case. And we need to reach out to that family, see if we can get them on our channels, because that is a very disturbing case. And I can't imagine what those children are going through right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And her case really isn't getting the attention that it really deserves to have on it right now. So
There's so many cases that don't get the attention, but that's what we're trying to do. We get together and I mean, people, a lot of subs come to, Arctic, I would say. He's the one that gets his, you got mail, ding, 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 ding. Must absolutely drive him crazy. But he is really, really good at putting something fast out really fast for somebody who hasn't had any airtime or anything. And then we pick it up and share it. And then, of course, you guys share it. So it's this little thing we got going on here seems to be bringing some good changes. I've seen them. Arctic has definitely seen them. So we're doing good. Keep doing everything you're doing. Subs, you help a lot. Are you done?
yeah, I did see where Chasing covered her case last night, which I was very grateful that she did do what she did. Chasing Truth is a really good channel. If you're not
yes,
subbed up,
yes.
sub up.
She's from Jersey. She got that accent. I love her. Yeah, she's really good. She's factual. She's not, she just, the way she delivers it, I think is really good. Sully.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's matter of fact. I mean, she's like I am. That's why she was one of my inspirations for starting my channel, because she's down to earth. She's a matter of fact in how she brings these cases along, and she really doesn't give two shits if you like her cussing on her channel or not. So,
yeah, exactly. She just puts out what the facts are. You done eating yet at Level? I want to get Level into talking about what his live was today, because he covered a lot in Missouri, which has really, really been a problem for a really long time. There's certain areas in the United States that are extremely, shall we say, targeted, or just where it happens a lot, I guess.
I mean, Madison County in particular is a hot spot for corruption, from what I've uncovered, and from what Levi has been uncovering over there on his channel too. And we're going to work together as a team, and we're going to start highlighting all the corruption that's going on over there. But it's not just Madison County. The entire state of Missouri has issues, to the point that when we were trying to get help for Timmy's friends and his family, they wrote a letter to the Attorney General, and they were referred back to the same corrupt sheriff that they were having issues with.
Yeah. I mean, I personally am really bothered by the fact that Missouri is found to be proven to have had two manners of death, cause of death, whatever. To me, they're falsified documents.
Well, that sheriff over there, and I don't think every single one of them was done in Madison County, but there's a problem it's the same highway patrol guy that is investigating all those cases. And from what I gather, and I'm going to find out with the other families, if he is as difficult with the other families as he is with the one that we're working with. And if that's the case, then there's going to be a big problem.
Right.
And he ain't going to like me.
Well, when I say get on that Facebook page, on their state website pages, the AG's page, all of them have social media. Get on there, be respectful, leave a comment, tell them how you feel, tell them what you've seen, what the problem is with it for you. I mean, that's the best way, and that's the way we've gotten action, correct, Arctic?
Absolutely, the best way that we can make changes is, y'all express your concerns. You blow up those phone lines and you tell them, hey, this isn't right. We've brought several children back that way. We brought Nikki Roll home. We brought Austin out of Ohio home that way.
Yep.
If we hadn't blown up the phone lines in Timmy's case, he's, like I said, we probably would have never found his remains. And it's because you guys are out there, you're making the difference. You're blowing those phone lines up. You're sharing these videos out, and you're making the difference. All we can do as creators is put the content out, but unless it gets shared, it's not going to make a difference.
Amen. Yes, 100%. It is like a fine oiled machine, and we're working fine together. So for all those people that say that you can't have a team, that's why we have this community. You can have that true crime community where there's nothing but bullshit and drama and people talking about other people, because that's not what we're here for. We're here for a voice for the families and for the missing, and we just want them back. And there's no way, there is no reason at all ever to change any of that truth.
That's true. And like I said,
go ahead, Arctic.
No. Go ahead, Levi.
The biggest thing with people out here on social media, other people that have YouTube channels, the biggest thing is this: the bashing and pointing fingers and the making them feel worse than they already are because they already have a missing person is why we've been talking a lot about this lately. We have since then created a Facebook group that is private to family members only of missing people and our team. They have access to us. And what that allows them to do is to talk with other people, get the experience of what they have done, get the experience of what can be done, and gives them a place where they're protected, because some of these people out there can be very brutal, and it's not right. I'm seeing a trend of it changing for the better. I don't know. I just, over the last little bit, I see people preying on families of missing people, and it's rather disgusting. And I call it as hashtag canceled. And I think we all kind of do. But
Yeah,
it's just
hashtag
disappointing.
canceled.
Yeah, the revictimizing of families has to stop. And sometimes revictimizing isn't just making accusations against a certain family member. Sometimes revictimizing is claiming that you're there to help cover this family's story and then not having any sympathy or empathy and calling them the day after your son's remains are found, trying to boss them around and tell them what to do and tell them, oh, I know exactly how you feel because I had a C-section and I was under anesthesia and I didn't get to see my son for the first 4 days. Come on.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That is, oh, yeah, it is disgusting. There's a lot of, and let's just put it this way. I call her nasty disgrace. A lot of people that that are in the wrongful convictions do because of the way she handles things. But she had a podcast and she talked about people on Twitter, and I won't give them their names because I don't think they need any airtime. They know who they are. They are totally going after a family of a missing child. 2 families, isn't it? Missing child and a murdered child, maybe. Don't quote me. Anyway, it was very good. She called them out, and she spoke for them families, and them families were on there speaking for themselves, and it was sad and it is hurtful, and they're in the, what do I always say? Put one toe in one shoe and walk around in it for a while of them families and see how you feel. Okay.
Exactly.
To accuse them of any foul play, especially when the law is not saying it, okay, making accusations that they control the press and that they control the way that their child's face gets out there, and that they're not doing enough, and that they should be grieving and they should be doing this. Look, last time I checked, wasn't a damn handbook on any of this. Okay. There's not a straight way. Everybody handles something differently. And if you're working with the police and you are being cooperative and you are doing everything in your power to find your person or whoever is missing, then back off until they're proven guilty. Back off.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of my empathy towards these families and the re-victimizing of them comes from the fact that I also have been, well, as you know, checking. I followed the wrongful convictions community for a long time before I ever had a channel. I've been following Ripper Jack forever, Nosy Wren forever, Beckachu, yourself. I mean, and so I see how many wrongful convictions happen, and a lot of it is because of all the hearsay and all the nonsense that is put out in the YouTube community, in the Twitter spaces and stuff. And it really can destroy the integrity of these cases, guys. So you've got to have some type of morality when you're putting these cases out, some type of scruples to you when you're putting these cases out, because integrity matters, facts matter.
Oh, absolutely. And misinformation is so harmful, not only to the people involved, but to the cases. And then therefore it becomes a problem for wrongful convictions for the community of which that happened, because then there's still somebody that is guilty in that area doing whatever, snatching people up, killing them, whatever the facts are of the case. You need to know the facts, spread the facts. You want to help, you spread proper, factual, documented information, or information that has been given to you by LE pressers and such, and you don't twist what they're saying. You can't insinuate what that person is thinking while they're saying that. So that's ridiculous, if you ask me.
I mean, there are some cases out there where the overwhelming evidence, regardless of what pressers or whatnot have been put out, lead to a conclusion. I mean, the case of Carol Baskins is an example of that. But, by and large, for the most part, when I cover a case, I cover it based on what the reputable media has put out and what the law enforcement has put out.
Yep. Oh, my lawn people are here. I'm sorry, people. Let me.
No.
I got real life going on. Hang on.
So, Arctic, you ready to fight or what?
Oh, I'm kind of livid. I already pointed out, that revictimizing families isn't only about, making false accusations, but there is a particular channel out there. Let me just say this. Let me say one thing to the families that are out there that may be listening to this. If anyone ever comes to you and says that anyone on this team has said that we told them that it would be good to work with you, you come to us and ask us before you work with them, because I had Barbara Hall advise me that a creator had told her that I asked this creator to reach out to her, which was not true. This is a creator that I would have never recommended reach out to Barbara. What I did say is that I wanted Timmy's case to get as much coverage as it could get. But I never recommended that they reach out to Barbara or any family. I would never recommend any family work with this creator just because of how obnoxiously rude they are. And so it's important that, if anyone says, hey, such and such told me to reach out to you, well, reach out to us and ask us before you get involved with any creator.
Our integrity as the real crime community is, on the line when that happens, because we would never treat any, victim or victim's family in any rude way. And we are not here to judge, ask them questions, act like the police. We're here for support, to get their stories, their loved ones' faces out there and get them home, period.
And we know which creators are here for the right reasons. There's a lot, not just on this team. I mean, Chasing Truth is a good example. There's a lot of creators that are out there for the right reasons that can really help you. But there's a lot out there that are clout chasers and that are only out there to do it because they can make money off of it or they can build their channel off of it. And this particular creator, I blocked her. I blocked her on all my social media. I blocked her on from every group that I moderate because she is a clout chaser and she is obnoxious. She's rude. She's rude to the families that she's trying to help. I'll give you a case in point. The day that they found Timmy's remains, she called Barbara trying to tell her how Barbara should handle things, not to give her condolences, not anything. Also, she knew Barbara's been sick this week. What did she do? She called Barbara at 2:00 in the morning yesterday, or this morning, to gripe because I had blocked her on social media. Now, I'm sorry. That is not what a creator that is here for the right reasons does. I blocked her because she is a creator that shouldn't even have a channel, in my opinion. And I was nice to this creator for the longest time until she became a complete wear out. And she called me at 2:00 in the morning one morning, wanting to talk about basically nothing. And so it is what it is. I'm not going to put the creator's name out there. I'm not like that. I'm not a drama person. But I will say this, that if you get involved with certain creators, you will end up regretting it.
Well, I am in the process with, you guys know this, in the process, and Jack the Ripper, or Ripper Jack Media, does she have dice hanging from her rearview mirror? Does she, Arctic?
I don't know. It probably. I mean, I don't know.
In other words, does she sit in her car and do her live streams?
Well,
I love Ripper.
she probably does them live from the trailer park from which she lives in, but I'll just say that.
Well, that brings up a good point. So I'm in the process of, I created a Facebook page that's for families. I'm also creating a list. There's Monkey Media, which is 208. What is it? Monkey Media 208. That is has a website. It is Brandy Neal, which is the mother of missing Michael Vaughn. Will be helping with the website to put up credible creators and ethical and moral creators, and ones that will actually help. As well, at the same time, we are all here. We have access to means of direct messages. We all have Facebook groups. We all have ways. We're on Twitter. You can find us on Twitter with our names here. You can leave a comment in the comment section if you're a family of a missing person out there. Need help in any way, you can always reach out to us and say, hey, this person said that to work with them because you said to work with them. Just put it out there that reach out to us. We're all available 24/7.
And Levi, you should have the mods drop the link to the new family group. That way, if there is a family watching,
well, I got it going. I want them to come into my regular Facebook. So you have to get vetted in order to go into the family one. I'm not going to have a bunch of trolls in there or people that are going to that don't have a missing person in there. I want to keep it so it's a nice place for other missing families to speak to one another.
Nice, safe place.
Yeah. So one of us will have to vet them in order to bring them in as the moderators.
Right.
So join one of our Facebook groups first, and then we'll bring you into where all the other families are.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that they stay away from those who take advantage of and point fingers and really put them through much more than they need to be at this time. The things they're going through already. And
exactly.
We want to be a safe community, facts, safe, and make a difference. And like Arctic said, we have made a difference in some cases, and we want to make sure that the families, like what I've seen families go through is absolutely horrible. I mean, for one, they're going through something so hard, and to not get the legal help they need from the people they're supposed to be reporting this to, and they get no coverage, nobody telling them anything. I mean, that's terrible. And then now we have the ones that are lying to them. So, we want to make sure that they get their loved ones are not, forgotten, that they get justice, and that the family gets some kind of closure, and the main goal is them to be home safe and sound. But
Exactly. And okay, I got to have my fanboy moment here because I know Ripper's in the audience. And Ripper, I just want to say thank you. You were also one of my huge inspirations for starting a channel. I have been following you forever since the Stephen Avery case, and then I followed you along with the Tiger King case. And I just wanted to say, yeah, you have an amazing channel, and I follow everything you do. So.
Yeah, he's my number one too. So, but he'll tell you I'm his favorite. But who knows? He watches Arctic Fox. He puts out more missing than anybody in all of YouTube, and that is honestly the truth. Scooby the dog, I love you, Scooby. How are you? It's so nice to see you. I just can't believe it. Wonderful to see you. Been a very long time. That is a person from. She's about to bones, in Stephen Avery case. So yes, here we go. Becca says it all. Here we go. And we'll get to talk to Mr. Ripper tomorrow and have a chat. It's just going to be a, kick back, sit back talk. You know how
I
it is
am
for me.
very much looking forward to that. Hey, Em, I haven't seen you in a hard minute.
Yeah, good to see a lot of people in here. I'm really, really glad you're here to be a part of the think tank. And Sunshine hasn't said much. So what are you doing?
I'm just down here listening.
Yeah,
Actually, what took me a few minutes to get here was I got tagged on Twitter by somebody that I guess I follows me, but not anybody I recognized. It's a missing lady out of Florida that I hadn't heard of, so that's what took me a few minutes to get up on panel. And then, like Arctic said, and like you said, these cases, they just pop out of the woodwork. Last night, I had another lady, one of my regular subs, reach out to me about a missing guy in Australia. And, she's like, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I find this person?
Right.
And, so that's kind of where I've been at.
See, and that's another thing. If anything, we can at least we have a lot of resources between Sunshine. Darkness knows a lot of researches. Arctic too. I mean, between all of us, we have found things that we didn't even know were out there. Like the Uber one. That was. I mean, I was watching an ID true crime show, and there it was. It was, what's it called? Stop. And you stop, you ask your name. It's for Uber drivers.
It's called Ask My Name. Ask My
Name. Yep, that's what it's called. And I mean, that kind of stuff is like, useful to a lot of people. We try to put that out, and we try to cover as many cases as we can. And like I said, Arctic has so many, he can't probably even name any of them.
Well, I mean, I was just reached out to today by a couple of foundations to cover some cold cases. I just did a premiere on Toby Anderson. He's a 16-year-old that went missing back in 1986, and I'm working on a deep dive on Sky Peterson. So keep your eye out for those, because there's definitely some twists and turns involved.
Yeah, there's some cases you can't even believe that they just say, "Oh, they went missing," or "Oop, let's bring up the oops, it's just a runaway." Okay, I mean,
well, that definitely plays into the Toby Anderson case. Hey, Roni, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see all you guys. That's something that we are trying to make a difference about too, because everybody matters. Every single solitary person matters, and Arctic it's been dropped in the chat. And Arctic, why don't you tell them about what you're trying to do for the Amber Alerts?
Well, the thing is that in this country we have a child go missing every 40 seconds, and the vast majority of those children, they don't get any Amber Alert, they don't get any fanfare, they don't get any type of alert. But we know that when Amber Alerts are issued, as a general rule, the child is usually found in 24 to 48 hours. And the fact is that the Amber Alert system, the qualifications for an Amber Alert is different, not only from state to state, but sometimes from one jurisdiction to the next. So I have a petition out on change.org right now to standardize the Amber Alert system to where every missing child, regardless if they're a runaway, regardless of the circumstances, they all get an Amber Alert. That's my first step. And then once I get that going, then I'm going to work on getting the way that these alerts go out changed, because I don't think it should just be an alert to your phone. I think it should be broadcast just like the emergency broadcast system alerts, to where you get it broadcast across your television. If you're watching YouTube, I think it should be broadcast across YouTube too. There's so many things that we could be doing to raise awareness for these missing kids that are not being done right now.
Absolutely. Soul Level, you might talk a little bit about Missouri.
What about Missouri? We could talk about Kansas, for an example. So Arctic covered a missing guy, Garrett. I forgot his last name, but Garrett went missing out of, I think it's Barrett, right? Garrett Russell. So Garrett Russell went missing out of Kansas. He's a 30-year-old male, and he went missing with his car. Well, here's a prime example to go off of what Arctic was just saying. Is the Amber Alerts, the Silver Alerts, the Endangered Alerts. Well, when a 30-year-old or a teen or a runaway or however you want to put them, that have no Amber Alert, they have no system, they can barely get somebody to play them on local news. And you have a sister here that was reaching out, and Arctic told me, hey, go talk with her, go speak with her. So I reached out to her, and yesterday I did a live. I sent her the live. She was so appreciative. The thing is he's not going to get an Amber Alert. He's not going to get any type of an alert. So it's up to us to share his poster. And there are so many missing people out there, and we have to pick and choose. And we don't ever see all of them. But the thing is we'll always do whatever we can do to share the flyers, share the posters, create a new poster, create a poster when there's not one made. And do our part. And I think it's going a long ways. And I think people are catching on to what we're doing. And I think that the more people that we have that are doing this, there's so many missing people out there that eventually it'll grow so much that so many people will not just be sharing the popular cases or the popular missing people, but that will be showing more and more of them that aren't as popular, and get into those community tabs and share them into their local communities, because a lot of those people don't even know that the person's missing.
Like the indigenous, like I got tons of videos on them, and they are, it's really very sad when you look up missing people and you go to a state like South Dakota, which really has a lot of missing people. Like in a very short time, they had like 37 and 32 days or something like that. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 missing a day from, and the ones that are in like Sauk Rapids, they don't ever have a picture. Look them up. You will see no picture and barely a description. And these are children, 15 and younger. And it's really sad that the states they need to step up.
They do. I mean, and South Dakota's bad. Montana's bad. I just put a video out covering how there were, I think it was like 20 missing children that went missing in a matter of 2 weeks in Montana. And it's bad. I mean, and you're right. So many of these children, they don't even have pictures to put their face out there. And we see that way too often, not just in the indigenous cases, but a lot of times I've had Amber Alerts come through where the initial Amber Alert comes through and there's not even a picture of the child.
Well, I just ran across one in a community, missing child. My son, Josiah Nicholas, left his home at 9 p.m. on 9/6/2022. He was last seen in Patagonia, blue hat with a fish on the front, green and yellow sweatshirt. They have the picture of him here, but there's no poster. There's no anything. And this is out of Idaho. And I imagine me and Arctic will be covering this later. One of us will be covering
definitely it. Drop that in the group chat and I'll get something out on it. Ripper, can you highlight his comment real quick? How you
sounds familiar.
You know how you can look up people. So, yeah, absolutely, Ripper.
Yeah. What's this, Scooby? I'm so proud of you. I knew when we first started. Thank you so much, Scooby. That means a lot. Some of these people in my chat have known me for years. So that's really sweet.
You know what, Ripper? I could not agree with you more. I think it should be so much easier to find the children that are missing in your local area.
Yeah.
And, I also feel like these Amber Alerts, Instagram started something really cool recently where if there's an Amber Alert in your local area, it comes across your Instagram. But wouldn't it be nice, especially for those of us that are creators, if these Amber Alerts got broadcast on a national level? Because all too often, these children that get abducted, or the ones that run away even, a lot of times they turn up in an area completely different from where they went missing from. So these alerts should be broadcast on a national level.
Yeah, that's why I think Steve, True Crime Web, he's building that, map, because I've noticed when I look at the maps, and I'm telling you, the long-term missing are always by a highway out of state. It is unbelievable. If you look at them, you can see. So I think that's what he's doing, building his website that way. Is that not what he's doing, Level? That's what he's doing, correct?
Yeah, he's putting them into clusters and doing multi-state. I won't announce what he's going to be doing, but he is on a mission. I will tell you that much. He is on a mission to connect some crimes together to one another, and he's going to have some very, very good content coming up. And if you guys aren't subbed to Steve from True Crime Web, he's one you're going to want to watch. He's got a lot of good things going on. He has a whole mapping system that's truecrimeweb.com, right? Or
yeah, it's truecrimeweb.com.
He's got some maps of missing people. He's got clusters on there. He's got all volunteers helping him formulate that. But he's probably here listening.
Hello, Hippie. I was just gonna say he has years of experience. He's XLE, and he was a predator chaser, and he's let's just put it this way: his experience is so valuable to this community.
Absolutely it is.
Right.
Scooby the dog, do you think that this is a lot of trafficking? Well, absolutely. I think trafficking is playing a huge part in it, because you look at your areas like Tennessee, like Montana, like Texas, they are high trafficking areas. And the big issue that I have is that these runaways, going back to the Amber Alert thing, the runaways don't get any attention on their cases, but they are at a higher risk of being trafficked than the children that are victims of abduction, as a general rule. So
absolutely, I feel the same way, that they are the most vulnerable. They're online, especially with all this COVID that has just went by. There's a lot of factors that go into the trafficking, and they're easy targets. Teenagers, runaways are very easy targets, and I believe most of them probably are a victim of some kind of grooming or luring away from their home. So yeah, here he says, what's Ripper say? Once the database is built, you think you could integrate some of the GPS apps, and you could drive through the area and see the missing from that area. Wow.
That would actually be a very good idea. And I'll tell you another thing that I would like to see happen, that I don't really know who I need to reach out to make it happen, but I've addressed it before, I think, on this channel, and I know I've addressed it on my channel, is we've got a world in which we have job killers out there, the self-checkouts, the gas stations where you don't even go inside, you just swipe your card and they have the screens on them. Why can't we use that to our advantage to put the pictures of missing kids out? I mean, it wouldn't take much, just a corner of that big screen in a Walmart store that says, hey, little Stevie is missing from Plainfield, Ohio. Have you seen him? And put the number there. That would go a long way. I mean, years ago, we had bulletin boards in every Walmart. When you walked in, you saw nothing but the missing kids flyers, but we don't have that anymore. We don't have the children. Cartons. So, yeah, we used to have the kids on milk cartons. Johnny Gosh, he was the original child on a milk carton. And that, again, he was declared a runaway. He'd never had a history of running away. And now evidence has come forth that looks like Johnny Gosh may have actually been a victim of trafficking, which is why we've got to take these runaway cases so much more seriously than what we actually do.
Yeah, and Johnny, let's just say it's his 40th anniversary too this month.
Yes, ma'am.
So, 40 years he's been gone, and they've come up with a lot of things. Like, I was talking about, she's a girl missing out of Minnesota, up north somewhere, and they did facial reconstruction on her. She was one of the first cases out here, and, to like age progression. I mean, so I mean, there's a lot of things that they have already put in place, but you know what we find out is that the parents of missing children are our best information as to how to help. You know, I mean, what didn't
Well,
they
and there's so
know?
many of these parents out there that take their tragedies and turn them into triumphs. That's why we've got the Polly Klaas Foundation. That's why we've got the Gabby Petito Foundation. That's
Leon
why we've
Warner,
got the
yes,
National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, is because of these parents that take their tragedies and then they proactively help these other parents that have their children missing. We have a little girl from my home state of Arkansas. She went missing from a ballpark in Alma, Arkansas about 30 years ago. Her name's Morgan Nick. Her mother created the Morgan Nick Foundation. And so, you know, it's good to see these parents taking their tragedies and turning it into something positive. And honestly, I've been very honored to have a couple of foundations use my videos on their platforms. The Aware Foundation has been working with me, and the Truckers Missing Children's Project has worked with me in the past as well. And so, you know, anyone out there that has a missing child, that knows of a child that's missing, that's not getting any coverage, reach out to me, reach out to Linda, reach out to Level, reach out to any of us, and we will make sure that child gets the coverage that they need.
yes, absolutely. That's what we're here for. That's why we're building safe places for the families to go, and we're making a new community. So working together can really do a lot because there's power in numbers. Level, are you there? Might have went to get another snack. Who knows? Yes, Leon Warner was the one I was talking about. Exactly. I mean, I just looked into, yeah, and Jacob Worley. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was the case too. That as I was growing up, or my kids were growing up. So that's good to know you're in northern Minnesota.
Yeah, I remember the Jacob Wetterling case very well.
Yeah, that guy moved his body a lot. So that is strange to me. But he was also a very well-known pedophile. Okay, so he had been, that's why I'm saying, there's got to be something done with that. There has to be a special place for them. I don't think we should let them out. I don't think they can be fixed. That's my view.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly.
Scientifically, they have proven it, haven't they?
You've got people out there like Josh Duggar gets a freaking slap on the wrist when the FBI says that it's the worst case of child pornography they've ever seen. And then you've got people out there that are spending their life in jail because they had an ounce of weed in their car. You tell me how much sense that makes.
Exactly. I always refer to that man that's in Georgia doing life for half a blunt because of the three-strike law, which they really, let's face it, guys, the justice system doesn't work, and fighting government, like Steve says, is really hard. So as us people, a group, a community, the best we can do is keep on doing what we're doing, growing in numbers, having our subs help us, which, believe me, you all do so very much, so working together. Sunshine, you got anything to say? Miss Quiet.
Yeah, I'm up here listening.
I know,
working on this
listening.
case in the background. I literally just got it right before I come up.
So now look for another case coming out. I'm sure Arctic has already put out, I don't know, 3-4 today already videos. So we share and we get the word out, and I guess that's what we're doing. And I wish the rest of our team was here so you could, because we each add something, we each have our ups, our downs, we're learning, and we're want it to be a community interactive thing. So we want our subs to work with us.
And guys, if you're not subbed up to Sluggish Sleuth, we're trying to get her community wall. So if you would just go sub up to her. She's a very valuable part of our team. She's done a lot with the Lydia Hansen, Jill Sidebacher case. And so, yeah, if you would just go give her a subscription, because she needs a community wall more than just about anyone does.
All right. Exactly. Yes, we are very familiar with AWP. In fact, they did a marvelous job on the Rhodes as
Kylie
a
Rodney,
Rodney.
Kylie Rodney case.
Yes, I mean,
Um,
so
yeah.
yes, I mean that case. There's a good case to look at some of the YouTubers and very well known people and see how something can be taken too far. In my opinion, and I honestly think every one of our subs would. I mean, our creators here would think the same thing.
Well, that's a perfect case of them re-victimizing a family, saying that Kylie wasn't real, and you know, making up all kinds of wild speculations, and then dragging YouTube creators into it and everything else. And all I will say about that is, I think Ryan Upchurch is probably keeping Reynolds aluminum foil in business right now with all the tinfoil hats out there. So.
Yeah, the real thing is that he said, let's put it this way: it's a real person who passed away with a real family, and they should be shown respect. And that's as simple as I can make it. There's, to me, foul play in this, but I'm not a detective. I don't know the circumstances. I will follow it as it goes along. Um, if it would turn into a wrongful conviction, I'd be there to read about it. Everything else, otherwise, I'm going to take it for what Ali says, because I'm sure they're doing an investigation. And I'm not
I mean,
going to.
I'll say that there's things about the case that are unsettling to me, like her being found in the very back of the SUV and the back window being halfway down.
And the other
You know,
one's smashed out, and yeah.
yeah. But I mean, we've got to give law enforcement a chance to do their investigation. And certainly there are probably people out there, just as I often have information on a case that's not public knowledge. But the thing is, there's probably people out there that have knowledge that's not out public yet.
Right.
But you don't know. The thing is as a creator, you've got to be responsible. There's a lot of cases that I have knowledge on right now that's not public. No, I'm not going to put it out on my channel because I don't want to hurt the integrity of an investigation. So.
Right on. That is a very important lesson that all creators should know, is that there is a limit to what you can do and what you should and morally should and for justice do. Right? I mean, you don't want to interfere with somebody's justice. You don't want to interfere with an ongoing investigation. You don't want to put out misinformation, and you don't want to put out information that's not known to public. You have to use your limits, your moral compass, and I think we all got it. We're all okay.
Hey,
Hi,
kid,
Jack.
good to see you.
Great to see you. I mean, I think that we've had a good discussion. Level, I don't know where you are. Don't know what you're doing. Don't know if you're cooking some fancy damn dinner. True Crime Sunshine is back here making a poster. And if there isn't anything else, I think I'll let us go. We're close to an hour, and we're just here to pass around thoughts, let you know what we're doing. Please sign the Amber Alert petition that Arctic has out. If you can give to the Timmy D's second autopsy GoFundMe, please do, because she's very close. Sub up to everybody, Sluggish Slew, to Sunshine, to Level, to Arctic, to everybody, Darkness, to Frankie, to Kit. There's a lot of them in here, a lot of really good creators, and they only want to bring help. So any last words, guys?
Thanks for having us up, and I'm honored to be part of the Real Crime team. And just to reiterate what everybody said, if you guys have a case, reach out to one of us, and it will be handled with integrity and honor. And we are a safe place, and we're not here for the wrong reasons. We're not here for the drama, the rumors, the pissing matches, or none of the rest of it. We're here for the voices of the voiceless, and that's why I'm here, and I know that's why the rest of my team's here, and I'm honored to be here. And I just want to say hello to everybody in chat that I've never met before on this side of YouTube. I'm Christy, True Crime Sunshine, and I'm honored to be here and honored to know everybody. And thanks again, Check In, for doing these think tanks. It means a lot.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do them weekly. So unless something major happens, but I want to do them weekly and get, so everybody can see, the true crime team and the true crime community that we're building. So, Level, got any last words?
Yeah, we were up to 4,250 of $5,000 on that Timmy D's second autopsy there. Just keep sharing our stuff. Keep putting it out there. There's so many missing people out there that everybody and anybody share. If there's a case and you're another creator and there's a case that we're covering, cover it as well.
Yeah.
Do your own thing with information you heard from us or information you got someplace, and the more people that are covering them, the more likely it is that more people are going to start covering them. And that's a big trend right now. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Arctic?
Oh, I'm quiet. I never have anything to say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously though. I mean, guys, just sub up to all these great creators that are in the chat, and these weekly think tanks are actually the highlight of my week. It gives all of us a chance to let you know the cases that we're working on and the things that we're doing in the background to try to make a change for the better. So just keep sharing, and get these kids' faces out there.
Yeah. And, all of you, we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so very much for sharing our stuff, for watching us, for caring about the missing, and for caring about facts. And, like Level always says,
It's your turn, Arctic.
If you see something, say something.
bye, guys.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change. Play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.